Hey guys, hope you're all doing great. I'm Hoodie, and today we're going to check out some Reddit stories together. And if you enjoy listening to Reddit stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Now today's first story comes from a throwaway account, and it says,
I always believed that if my marriage ever ended, it would be because of something obvious, fighting, distance, maybe growing apart. I never imagined it would end because of a Reddit post written by my own wife. I'm 32 years old, and until recently, I thought my life was exactly where it needed to be. I had a steady job, a quiet apartment, and a wife I trusted completely. Emily and I have been married for 6 years. No children yet, but we talked about it often. Names, schools, even what kind of parents we wanted to be. From the outside, we looked like a normal, happy couple. And honestly, I thought we were. Emily was warm, affectionate, and always told me how lucky she felt to have me. She never gave me a reason to doubt her. That's what made what happened next so much worse. It was around 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. I couldn't sleep, so I did what a lot of people do. I opened Reddit and started scrolling. I wasn't looking for anything specific, just killing time. That's when a post caught my attention. The title read, "I'm in love with someone else, and my husband has no idea." Normally, I would have scrolled past it, but something about it pulled me in. The post started like many others. The writer talked about feeling stuck in a marriage that looked perfect on the outside. She said her husband was kind, loyal, and completely trusting. That line made me pause. Then she mentioned they had been married for 6 years. Another pause. She talked about how her husband worked long hours, and how she often said she was working late too. My chest felt tight. Still, I told myself I was being paranoid, until she described a small habit her husband had, tapping his fingers together whenever he felt anxious. I do that. I've done that my whole life. At this point, I wasn't casually reading anymore. I was staring at my phone. She described their apartment, the layout, even a stupid little crack in a bathroom mirror that we always joked about fixing but never did. Then came the detail that made my hand start shaking. She mentioned a scar on her husband's hand, a thin white line from a childhood accident, the exact scar I have on my left hand. There was no more denying it. I scrolled back up and stared at the username. It wasn't Emily's name. It wasn't anything obvious. But suddenly, that didn't matter. Every sentence felt like it was written directly about my life. About me. I felt sick. Part of me wanted to stop reading. Another part needed to know how bad it really was. So I kept going. She wrote about meeting someone else. A man who made her feel alive again. Someone who listened to her, who made her feel desired. She admitted she looked forward to those moments more than going home. She wrote that her husband trusted her completely, and that made it easier to lie. That line hurt more than I expected. At the end of the post, she wrote something I can't forget. She said she wasn't sure if she even felt guilty anymore. She said staying with her husband was easier than leaving. She called the marriage comfortable, not loving, not meaningful, just comfortable. I sat there in silence, staring at my phone while my entire understanding of my marriage collapsed. The next morning, I didn't know how to act. Emily kissed me goodbye before work like nothing was wrong. That almost broke me. That evening, when she came home, I asked her to sit down. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse her. I just handed her my phone. The Reddit post was open. She read the title, then the first paragraph. Her face drained of color. She didn't deny it. She didn't even try. She just whispered, "I didn't think you'd ever see that." We talked for hours. Or maybe I talked, and she just answered. She admitted everything. The affair, the lies, the fact that she was unsure if she even wanted to fix things. That was when I realized something important. I wasn't fighting to save the marriage anymore. I was fighting to save my dignity. We separated that week. The divorce was finalized 2 months later. Now, I live alone in a smaller apartment. It's quieter, lonelier, but it's honest. Sometimes I still think about how strange it is that the truth didn't come from a confession or a mistake or even guilt.
It came from Reddit. If you accidentally discovered a secret like this, would you confront the truth immediately? Or would you pretend you never saw it, just to keep your life comfortable? Let me know in the comments. I noticed he posted another article afterwards. It's probably about his life after the divorce. Let's find out more. He said,
Everyone talks about divorce like it's the end of something, but no one warns you about what happens after. When the anger fades, the silence sets in, and you're left alone with yourself. After the divorce was finalized, I moved into a small one-bedroom apartment across town. It wasn't much. Plain walls, old carpet, a view of the parking lot. But it was mine. The first night there, I slept on a mattress on the floor. No photos, no memories, no shared history staring back at me. Just silence. And for the first time in months, that silence felt honest. I won't lie. The loneliness hit harder than I expected. There were moments when I reached for my phone out of habit, ready to text Emily about something small and meaningless. Then I remembered. There was no one to text, no one waiting at home, no familiar voice in the kitchen. Just me, learning how to exist on my own again. Eventually, I did something I had avoided my entire life. I went to therapy, not because I thought I was broken, but because I didn't want to become bitter. My therapist asked me a question that stuck with me. Do you miss your wife? Or do you miss the version of your life you thought you had? I didn't know how to answer. With time, the anger faded, and clarity took its place. I realized something uncomfortable. I had ignored signs for years. The emotional distance, the way she stopped sharing things with me, how I always assumed silence meant peace. I wasn't to blame for her betrayal, but I had been blind to the reality of my marriage. About 3 months after the divorce, I received a message I wasn't expecting. It was from Emily. She said she regretted everything. She said the relationship she risked our marriage for hadn't lasted. She said she missed me. I stared at the message for a long time. A year earlier, I would have answered immediately. But now, I asked myself a simple question. Was I missing her? Or was I just afraid of being alone? That answer changed everything. I replied calmly. I told her I hoped she was okay. I told her I had forgiven her, not for her sake, but for mine. And then I told her I wasn't coming back. There was no yelling, no revenge, no dramatic ending, just closure. Life slowly started to feel lighter. I went to the gym. I picked up hobbies I had abandoned. I reconnected with friends I had unintentionally drifted away from. I even started enjoying my own company, something I never thought I'd say. One evening, while cooking dinner alone, I realized something. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't jealous. I wasn't bitter. I was at peace. The betrayal didn't define me. Walking away with self-respect did. I don't know what my future looks like. Maybe I'll fall in love again. Maybe I won't. But I do know this. Losing my marriage forced me to find myself. And that turned out to be the beginning, not the end.
Have you ever had to walk away from someone you still cared about, just to protect yourself? How did it change you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Now let's move on to the next story in this video. This story isn't about revenge or betrayal. It's about doing the right thing and still losing everything.
I never thought telling the truth would cost me so much, but that's exactly what happened. Sometimes I wonder if staying silent would have been easier, maybe even better. But once you know the truth, carrying it alone becomes unbearable. I worked at a small company for 3 years. It wasn't my dream job, but it paid the bills, and the people were decent. One of them was my closest coworker. We worked side by side almost every day. We had lunch together, talked about life, complained about work, and shared plans for the future. I trusted him completely. I considered him a friend, not just a colleague. One afternoon, completely by accident, I found something I wasn't supposed to see. He was out sick that day, and I was asked to cover part of his workload. I needed access to a shared folder on his computer. While looking for the file I needed, I noticed another folder that didn't belong there. At first, I thought it was a mistake. But curiosity got the better of me, and I opened it. What I saw made my stomach drop. Inside were documents showing altered numbers, small changes, subtle adjustments. The kind that wouldn't raise suspicion right away. But when I looked closer, I realized those small changes added up over time. He wasn't stealing millions, but he was stealing enough to matter. Enough to ruin people if it ever came out. I closed the folder and just sat there, staring at the screen. I told myself it wasn't my business. That I might be misunderstanding what I saw. That maybe there was a reasonable explanation. But deep down, I knew exactly what it was. For days, I said nothing. I avoided him at work. Every normal conversation felt heavy. Every joke felt wrong. When he talked about his family or his plans, I felt a knot in my chest. I started losing sleep, replaying the same question over and over in my head. If I say something, I destroy his life. If I stay silent, I become part of the lie. What made it worse was how normal everything felt. He trusted me. He had no idea I knew what I knew. And that trust felt like a weight pressing down on me every single day. Eventually, I reached a point where I couldn't live with myself anymore. I reported it. I didn't do it publicly. I didn't accuse him in front of anyone. I went to HR quietly, explained what I found, and showed them the documents. I told them exactly how I came across the files. I believed that telling the truth would protect me. It didn't. An internal investigation started almost immediately. Within weeks, he was fired. Later, I learned that legal action was taken. His career was over. His life, as he knew it, unraveled quickly. And somehow, I became the villain. Word spread around the office. People stopped talking to me the same way. Some avoided me entirely. Others looked at me with quiet judgment. I heard whispers when I walked by. I heard words like snitch and traitor. No one asked how I felt. No one asked why I did it. They just decided who I was. I lost friendships. I lost trust. Eventually, I left the company too. Not because I was forced to, but because staying felt impossible. Every day was a reminder that doing the right thing doesn't always make you the good guy. Even now, I still question myself. Did I do the right thing? Or did I just choose the option that let me sleep at night? I don't feel proud. I don't feel justified. I just feel changed. Because once you choose honesty, you don't get to choose the consequences.
What stayed with me after reading this wasn't relief or pride. It was the uncomfortable truth that honesty doesn't always protect you. Sometimes, doing the right thing doesn't make you a hero. It just makes you alone. If you were in their place, would you tell the truth? Even if you knew it would cost you everything?